to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up? This is the Motocross Supercross podcast, episode 127, and Monster Energy Cup from Las Vegas is in the books, and it was crazy. I'm Adam here, Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Jesse.
Hashtag drinks on Jesse. The video is on our
Yes.
page, and hashtag drinks on Jesse for sure. Crazy night, bro. This was insane. This was
Wow.
everything I could have hoped for, everything.
Definitely what we could have hoped for. Definitely not what we expected.
Yeah.
And definitely over the top. What a great night for Monster Energy Cup.
Yes.
What a great night for this event. Wow. It was amazing.
Yeah, everything was awesome about it. I mean, the track was awesome. The weather was awesome. The racing was clean. Everyone pretty much made it out unharmed. So, I mean,
Yes.
what more can you ask for? We gave away $2 million.
$2 million we're giving away. If you guys don't know what happened, well, listen up because we're about to go over it.
Yes.
And if you haven't checked it out yet, go to our Instagram. We put up a video of, I think it's one of the biggest moments of the night.
Yeah.
So go check it out.
What do you mean one of the biggest moments? Not one of the biggest moments, the biggest moment.
Well, exactly. The biggest moment of the night is in our Instagram at MXSX Podcast. So check it out. Give us a like. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think of that stunt.
Yep, and let us know what drink you want Jesse to buy you. I'm a Miller Lite will work for me, Jesse. That's fine.
Yeah, the way we're gonna do this tonight, this is not how they run it. So let's jump into this, man, because it's a great night. And started from the afternoon, we have our qualifying results, which showed a different night. Well, that happened. We have Marvin Musquin with the fastest lap.
Oh yeah.
The fastest time. Right behind him, almost a second, Eli Tomac.
That's right.
Jason Anderson in third place.
Yep.
Joey Savaggi making his debut in the 450 class. Malcolm Stewart, which is the new rider for the Moto Concepts Racing team. And I cannot be more excited for this kid.
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome for him.
He showed up big time.
For sure. They have Cooper Webb in fifth place, or sixth place, I should say. Another one that's making a debut with a new team, Justin Barsha. Eighth position, Ryan Villapoto.
Yeah, 2RV.
2RV coming back into this sport. And, he wasn't out there. I don't know. Obviously, he's out there to win it. But, as he said, it's a little different because it's on his own terms. It's on his own schedule. There's not really much pressure on it. So, in the ninth position was Blake Baggett.
Yep.
Vince Freese, who had a great third moto, in 10th place. Josh Grant in 11th. Jordan Smith in 12th. Tyler Bowers, 13th place. Benny Bloss in 14th. Chad Reed, legend Chad Reed, in 15th place. Alex Ray in 16th place. Justin Starling in 17th place. And for the last spot for this straight-up qualifying is Nick Schmidt in 18th place.
That's right. And for that LCQ, those results look like Cheyenne Harmon, Colton Ake, Brian Surratt, and Dylan Merriam on that 54, making it, just squeezing in there. He's just able to make it in there. So that's how that ended up. Do you want to jump into Super Mini and All-Stars before we jump into the that Cup class?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it like that because there's a lot to talk about in this Cup class.
Yeah.
And the only way that we can talk about it is each one. So let's get over the Super Mini first, then the All-Stars, and then we'll jump into the Cup class, which is the 450 class for the Supercross.
That's right. We're just going to breeze through the Super Mini and the All-Stars class because we do want to get to the crazy madness that happened in that Cup class.
Yes.
So with the Super Mini 1, they only ran 6 laps.
Yes.
They don't have to take the Joker lane, and there's only 2 motos for them versus the 3. And
Yes.
we saw some familiar names, obviously like Ryder DiFrancesco. And speaking of him, he's the one who got that first hole shot, but he kind of went down right away. He got in the tough blocks up in that back section, and the bike kind of flipped on him.
Yes, he went down in a very awkward spot, I would say.
Yeah.
He got very lucky. He definitely got very lucky. He went down right after that big single in the back, and it was kind of like a blind spot, too, because he was in first. They just started, and And the way he went down, it was the bike landed on him, so he wasn't like able to move anywhere either. So it was a little scary for sure.
He's so little. He was like trapped under it. So that was the big thing in this race. He went down. We also had that bike landed on him. He was trapped under there, but he was able to get out. We saw some pretty good battle in between that number 24 of Veriz, and he was winning, but then that 7-Eleven of Volland.
Yeah, Volland.
Volland.
Maximilian Volland. He's Talon Volland's son. Talon Volland, if you don't know who that is, he's actually multi-champ for the MXGP class.
Nice.
Yeah, he's actually a well-known rider. And I actually got the chance to see him race live, and the guy is insane. So this is his kid, and he's already looking really good on that KTM.
Yep, like we said, him and Veriz battled, but he was able to come out on top. We also had the 32 of Caden Amarine and 411 of Nick Romano. And Amarine put a super nice full contact block pass right on him for third place. I was like, that's what's up. We didn't see too much of that this night, so that block pass was pretty nice. So that was pretty much, that's the big moments I have for this race. Nothing else really stood out to me besides Max Volland. His bike on that last lap was sputtering and stuff and smoking. They ended up having to swap out his motors for that second race. So that's got to put a little bit of pressure on him, and he dominated. He looked really good out there.
Did you see him make that pass on that sand whoop section? He just kind of like just wheelied all of them.
Oh yeah, on the last lap.
Yeah, he just kind of like It was awesome. Yeah, that kid's definitely going places if he stays healthy and he stays in the same program that he's doing right now. He's definitely going to do big things for sure.
Yep, so that's how they ended up in that first race. Max Volland got first, Joshua Veriz got second, Caden Amarine got third, Nick Romano got fourth, Chance Hymas got fifth. He was making a little strong push towards the end there too. Hunter Yoder, seventh, Jack Chambers, seventh.
Florida guy.
Yep, Florida guy, Auburndale. And then Ryder, who fell in that first lap, all the way back in 13th. So I think he was one of the favorites to win this race, and, ending up 13th, being one of the youngest riders in this race, too. Not the greatest showing for him this first race, but good thing they do two motos.
Yeah, going into the second moto, Ryder DeFrancisco again with the whole shot on this super mini class.
Big whole shot, too. He killed that whole shot. He dominated that whole shot.
Yeah, definitely. Maximilian Volland, he ended up starting around 4th or 5th place, but quickly started moving, taking names and taking spots. He was like 4th.
Yeah, Chambers made a quick pass on Ryder in the sand right there, and then on that next lap around, Volland passed both of them for first place. I was like, whoa, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he just kind of like came in. He was in 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Like, it was just like super quick. It was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, if you blinked your eye, you missed it for sure.
Yeah, Amarin, who we talked about on the first moto, he actually was looking to get that overall, but it wasn't enough because Volland was just flying. Right after that, right after he gets past, they both pass DeFrancisco. DeFrancisco actually goes down after the finish line. And in a very lucky way, I would say, because it did not look good, especially being a small rider and the way he clipped that finish line jump. It could have been way worse, but he got very lucky.
Yeah, those little tabletop over-under things, those aren't really forgiving at all. And he just landed just a little bit short and lucky. He landed just, like you said, perfect. So it looks like he's going to be okay, but just more bad luck for him. As we said, one of the favorites going into this. So, yeah, that's pretty much how this race went, this second moto here. Volland won again. He takes the overall. We had Caden Amarine got second. Jack Chambers got third. Hymas got fourth. Yoder fifth. Ryder all the way down in 20th this race. So your top three for this was Max Volland, Caden Amarine for second, Chance Hymas for third. That was some good racing. I really like how they have the super minis in this too.
Yes, it was good racing, and as everybody kept saying, all the pros now that they interview, like Austin Faulkner was in the booth.
Yep.
He was talking about how this is the kind of race that you want to win. This is the kind of race that you want to do well. You want to, put yourself on top, because this is the closest you will get to a Supercross race. This is, where all the sponsors are at. This is where all the big rigs are at. This is all the big teams are at. You definitely want to have a good result here.
Definitely. And let's move on to this all-star race where we've seen other riders like Cooper Webb and, like you just mentioned, Faulkner and Justin Hill and, all the top riders of this class. They end up racing in the
Aaron Plessinger
Supercross. Yeah. So let's start with this whole shot. We saw Jalek Swoll he got credit for the whole shot, but that number 47 of Joe Shimoda, he jumped out front quick and he was pretty much gone.
Yeah.
We saw Carson Mumford. He was in third. Carter Halpayne was in fourth. And then last year's winner, Seth Hamaker, he was running fifth on that first lap.
Yeah, he a little bit of bad luck for him tonight or in this event. He definitely got stuck in the pack, and it was I don't want to say it was tough for him to make moves, but it definitely slowed him down. Because he showed that he had the speed to be up front. It was just
definitely.
Bad starts.
Yeah, he actually ended up passing Swoll for second place. Like he was booking. He was on that thing for sure.
He definitely made the necessary passes, except for Shimoda. He was not able to make them, even though he finished not even a second behind him.
Yeah, it looked like there was going to be a little battle. If there was another lap or something, that would have been really interesting. But Brian Moreau, he was one of the riders to watch this race because he went over those tough blocks in that one section twice. He just took this line, go up high, cut in as hard as you can, and then go over the tough blocks. He did that 2 times in a row. He was the wild man out there, just holding it wide open, wide open. There's always one, and he was just wide open the entire track. And actually on the last lap, he passed Carter Halpayne right before the finish line, and he just barely beats him. So it was a good race. Joe Shimoda got first, Seth Hamaker got second, Jalek Swoll got third, Brian Moreau got fourth, Carter Halpayne got fifth, Derek Drake sixth. Yeah, it was just, I loved it. I love that all-star race. That's another one. Just happy to have that there, and it was just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, same situation. You want to impress all the people that are right there. This is the next generation of pros right here. You either break it or make it. And then, if you're going to raise this thing, you definitely got to make sure you're going to show up and do your thing.
That's right. And going into the second moto, Derek Drake got the whole shot and he was gone. He looked really fast. I'm not sure what happened to him in that first race, but it seemed like he was definitely, he didn't come to play. He came to win. And he just dominated everyone in that second moto.
Yeah.
We also saw there was a lot of clean racing in this race. And pretty much just to sum it up, on the last lap, there would have been a 3-way tie for first if Hamaker would have passed Shimoda. But Hamaker ended up falling right before that finish line. And Shimoda ended up getting third. Jalek Swoll got second. So the points definitely played into this race because Joe Shimoda got first overall. Jalek Swoll, the only really consistent person, got second. Derek Drake got third. Seth Hamaker got fourth. And Brian Moreau got fifth.
Yeah, the battle for this race was definitely between Shimoda, Swoll, and Hamaker. They're the only ones that actually had a shot of winning in this thing. And that's where this race kind of focused on, especially with Drake being just gone up front. So, yeah, Shimoda ended up making a pass to break that tie that you were just talking about and taking the overall win.
Yep, so that was awesome. Keep an eye on those names there, and I'm sure we'll be seeing them in Supercross, not too long. But let's not wait any longer. We got to jump into this, professional class and talk about all the madness that ensued here.
Yeah, so someone that we want to talk about is Joey Savaggi. He was definitely a character tonight on this Monster Energy Cup. One of the things, he's not running Thor gear anymore. I don't know if anybody knows. He signed a deal with Just One. He will be rocking everything, pretty much Just One, from goggles, helmets, gear. So that's one of the things that one of the changes for this 2019 with Joey Savaggi, which is kind of interesting for me. Joey Savaggi only signed a 1-year contract with Monster Energy Kawasaki.
Yeah, interesting.
For the 450 class. So I wonder if after the little stunt they pulled, if he got another year out of that.
For sure. So,
and I'm sorry, before we even move on, I just want to touch on some things. This year, they're trying a new thing with the fans. And, if there's $1 million winner, there's $1 million winner for the fans too. So courtesy of Monster and Phelps Motorsport is one of the things they're doing this year again.
Yeah, they had to get in one of those little win boxes, and whoever collected the most money was able to win $1 million if someone else won $1 million. So going into that win box, Jesse, who we were talking about at the beginning, he's in there. I think he grabbed like $300 or $400, but
yeah, it was like $430 some. Yeah, Jesse Hubbard.
Yeah, I gotta say though, the video they showed of him picking that money up, he was kind of cheating. He was picking it up off the floor. You could even see one of the Monster guys like start to tap on the glass and tell him no, he can't do that. So I bet whoever's got second behind him and actually like didn't bend over and pick it up off the floor is like super pissed right now, probably protesting that result.
Yeah, well, too late, brother. Another interesting thing that I kind of saw this. Well, I didn't see it, but Jeff Emig calling the 2019 Supercross champ on this race already, and I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah,
but
Anderson.
Yeah, you never guessed it's going to be Jason Anderson. He thinks he's going to go back to back, and he will win it again this coming season. So I thought that was kind of interesting, especially for him to call it out, just kind of like that. But after seeing Tomac tonight, man, it's I don't know. But again, this race is definitely not, I don't know if it's something that we could grab on to see what's this 2019 going to bring to the table. And another thing before we jump into this Moto 1, I don't know what you thought, but I felt like the production for the TV was terrible. They have a bunch of the numbers and names wrong. Also, a bunch of the brands were wrong too for the riders.
Yep.
A lot of comments were like, repeat it. So I thought it was kind of like, okay, so you're just running out of things to talk about. So you're just talking about the same thing over and over. So
yeah, and definitely they used to live stream the practices on live stream, and this year they did it on Facebook, and the quality was just god awful. It was awful, the worst ever. So they should go back to live stream for the Supercross season and hopefully not Facebook that stuff again, because it was just terrible.
Yeah, it definitely as a viewer, it was not a pleasant situation, I guess. But I mean, it is what it is. It was awesome racing. Besides that, it was awesome racing, and that's what we're here to talk about. So let's jump into this main one because I'm excited for what we're about to reveal.
That's right. So jumping into this first race, Savachi, who we just talked about, he got the whole shot. Reed was right behind him. Tomac was right there. Tomac quickly moves to second. But, Anderson was there in fourth. Musquin's in fifth. It's like everyone you wanted to see was right up there. And Reed looked insane tonight. He looked awesome. He looked like a whole new man, out there grabbing whole shots and stuff. He was right there in the mix with everybody. Yeah. So I was so happy to see that.
Yeah, he made it sound like he definitely has a deal with this JGR people for upcoming Supercross season too. I don't know if you got that vibe or not, but
yeah,
I did. He's out here like promoting his his JGR hats and his make chat read great again hats. And it's interesting to see what team if he's gonna ride for JGR next season, but it's definitely looking like it.
Yeah, and speaking of him, he had that good start, but he did fall out of that top five kind of quick because Barsha moved up into that fifth position. And then we saw Anderson make a mistake, and Marvin moved up into third. And then we saw Marvin also get Savachi too. And we had a three-way battle for that second place. Marvin, Savachi, and Anderson. They were all running so close. Yeah.
Obviously, everyone, looking for Ryan Villapoto. Where's Ryan Villapoto? But, Villapoto had some problems in the top block. I think he forgot how to start because he had some problems with the top blocks at the start. So,
yes.
But yeah, Anderson making the mistake, allowing Musquin to move up to third. Musquin also showing some wheels and a little bit of aggressiveness towards the rookie Savaji. And letting him know that he's there and he's coming for you. So Savachi making a mistake, allowing Musquin to move up another position to second place. At this point in the race, though, none of the top five guys have gone to the Joker lane, and we have 4 laps to go.
Yeah, I was wondering what the strategy would be, and it seems like Tomac's strategy was the same throughout the night, where you just take the Joker lane on the last lap. But Anderson was the first to take the Joker lane out of those 5 guys. And, you can only follow people so long. So you might as well just try and pass them. But it was interesting. This year they didn't show the riders like coming out of the Joker lane like they have in years past, where they come out and they're like side by side and stuff. Because we saw two riders like side by side. One goes in the Joker lane, one doesn't. And then I want to see them, when the other rider takes the Joker lane, I want to see him come out like side by side. But we didn't really get that view this time. But
I feel like the reason we didn't do it is because this Joker lane definitely made a difference on the racing. I know they talked about it, and it was about like 8.1 second during practice on time difference. Another thing that I saw was that entrance for that Joker lane was it
small,
uncomfortable, or like very small?
Yeah, it looked really like not wide at all. It was like,
yeah, like tight, right?
Yeah. And it's cool. It stayed like perfect condition all night because all the riders only go over at one time.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It was just kind of weird to see it like that. But I think the reason we didn't have that, like side by side thing was because of that 8-second gap difference that you make on per lap, or whenever you go into the Joker lane, and I think that's the reason.
Definitely a big time difference there. So that's pretty much how they finished this first race. Eli Tomac won it. Marvin Musquin got second. Jason Anderson got third. Barsha behind them in fourth. Joey Savacci fifth. Cooper Webb sixth. Malcolm Stewart seventh. Joshua Grant looking good out there as that privateer, running eighth. Chad Reed 9th, Vince Freezy 10th, Blake Baggett 11th, Villapoto 12th, Jordan Smith 13th, Tyler Bowers 14th, Nick Schmidt 15th, Ryan Surratt 16th, Alex Ray 17th, Justin Starling 18th, Colton Ake 19th, Cheyenne Harmon 20th, Chris Howell 21st, Dylan Merriam 22nd. So coming into this second moto, Jesse, his new man is Eli Tomac, and he's got to root for Eli Tomac to win this race. That's how it has to be.
Eli Tomac already, winning that first main, already looking good for that $1 million, at the end of the night. Savacci also setting himself up for the 10K if you get all the hole shots. So, yeah, it's so far so good for the Kawasaki boys for sure.
Yep, for a second, but Tomac barely edges out Reed for the second moto hole shot. So there goes Savacci's chance at winning that hole shot money because Tomac took it for that second race. And like we said, Reed is there again. So great starts for Reed this weekend.
Yes.
Also saw Cooper Webb went down with, I want to say Tyler Bowers, because
It was.
Yeah, Tyler Bowers. And I don't know how bad he got hurt or anything, so there might have been an injury. So we'll have to keep everyone posted on that, but he didn't run that third moto either.
They put him down as a DNS, but that's impossible because he got together with Webb in this one. So
he has to complete one lap for it to be a DNF, so it says he didn't get through
right.
that.
Yeah, so I think, you're right.
Yeah, so we had, Tomac out front. Reed, Grant was up there in third. Musquin was in fourth. Barsha was in fifth. But Anderson all the way back in 16th. So terrible start for Jason Anderson. And this was just the Eli Tomac show. You let him out front like that with the whole shot, he's gone. So that's exactly what he did. So it was just a battle for all the other positions pretty much.
Yeah, Chad Reed making a mistake and
big mistake.
Over jumping this section up before the tunnel, and he stole his bike, allowing Grant to stuff him and Musquin into that
and then
into that wall.
Musquin got stuffed so hard his leg got trapped in between Reed's tire and his fender. So his exhaust pipe. And Reed was really nice. He was nice enough to just kind of be like, all right, mate, I'll help you out. Let me pull it up for you. And he was just like, oui, merci. Yep, he just pulled his boot out for him. So just being a nice guy at that point, he knew his chances were over. And same with Musquin. Both of us thought he was going to win this thing. So as soon as that happened, it was over for him. Oh,
for sure. Yeah. As soon as I saw that happen, I was like, well, we guess we're not gonna see him win it. But yeah, Savacci and Malkin had a great battle throughout this moto. It's just nice to see Malcolm racing again. He looked really, really smart. He looked good. He looked comfortable on that bike. He looked like he's ready to battle and he's ready to race. And I'm excited for him. He's definitely a rider that knows how to play defense. He knows how to ride. With his guard up, so he knows how to cover lines. And he showed it with Savacci for sure.
And the other thing that was awesome about this race is we saw Barsha, Savacci, and Anderson. They were all tripling that section into the sand, coming down the downhill. Like, that TV camera does not do it justice how big they were going and how much air they were getting. They were skying that jump so hardcore.
Sending it for sure.
Yep, I love that. So Eli Tomac won the second race, so it still looks good for him to win the million. Jesse's happy. Everyone's pumped. Justin Barsha got second. Josh Grant, like we said, privateer, running that third place. I think someone needs to give him and
there you go.
Dean Wilson a ride. So that could be a good team right there. Malcolm Stewart got fourth. Jason Anderson caught all the way up from 16th on that first lap to fifth place. So he was on the gas. He had the fastest lap time in this race,
props to him, too, because this was a very difficult track to make passes. And for him to go from 16th to 5th, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was great. So maybe he will win that Supercross title. We'll see. But behind him was Joey Savacci in 6th, Vince Freese 7th, Jordan Smith 8th, Marvin Muscand was able to get going again and get 9th, Blake Baggett 10th, Ryan Villapoto 11th, Alex Rateswell, Starling 13th, and Chad Reed down there in 16th. Was able to not get last, I guess, after just being stalled on the track, which amazes me. So that's good.
So far, Villapoto has not made a top 10 in any of the two races. So far, Eli Tomac looking good and looking good for $1 million, and his night has been perfect so far.
Yep, and that takes us into this third race. Tomac has to win the $1 million, and for Jesse to win $1 million for just being there. So that was the big storyline. Drinks on Jesse. Let's see if it happens. There's 4 riders tied for 4th place going into this race. It was Grant, Stewart, Savacci, Muscan. All of them were tied with 11 points, 4th place. So that made it very something to watch for, too. So you can, come out on top between all those. Yep. So Savacci is going to be kicking himself in the head for not getting that second moto hole shot because he took this third moto hole shot and looked super good out front, started to pull away, had a pretty big gap on everybody. But Reed was there in second again. Again, Reed second off the start. It was awesome.
Well, I'm sure Savacci made more than 10K, though.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into that. Yeah, Tomac was kind of banging bars with everybody. He's lucky he just didn't go down because that was some craziness on that third start with, everyone was running into each other. Yeah. And Muscan had problems, and it's just everyone was all over the place.
Yeah, Muscan had a couple of interesting things on this start. One of the things was that he lined up in the inside of Tomac. I figure and I thought that it was, a strategic, just kind of I'm going to, just kind of box him out type thing. Which kind of worked, but Tomac was a little bit smarter because Muscan ended up getting a horrible start and banging bars with Stewart.
Well, it looked like whenever Stewart hit his bike, it might have messed something up because he ended up on the side of the track talking to his mechanic. Didn't look hurt or anything, but it just looked like something happened to his bike.
Well, so he was probably over it at this point. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So
exactly.
But yeah, Tomac, as you were saying, he got caught in the pack in the start. He was about 8th, and he started making moves. So,
Yep. Right off the bat, he was just picking people off, being aggressive as hell.
Tomac also, he made 3 passes in the same spot on that sand section because he started sending it too. So, Malcolm was able to hold Tomac for a little bit, and that's what I meant by Malcolm riding smart and riding very defensive and very blocking up the lines. Tomac.
Dude, we got to talk about it. It comes down to that last lap. Joey Savacci is out front. Eli Tomac is caught all the way up to second behind him. And we're just like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? He closed the gap. He was 6 seconds behind or something at one point. And he catches all the way up. Last lap, they go up around the back. Savacci looks behind him. He sees Eli Tomac, puts the old arm out, and lets him go. And Eli Tomac wins $1 million. And our man Jesse, crazy. This was insane.
That's crazy. I cannot believe. I don't think he would have been able to pass Joey Savacci if it wasn't for him letting him go by. Because he definitely let him go by. And this is the moment that we're talking about that is on our Instagram at MXSX Podcast that you need to go check out, and you need to tell us what you think of that little move. It reminded me of a couple of years ago in New York whenever Muscan went down to let Dungey go by and Tomac, he was kind of mad about it, but now what? Like what's your view on this now, Tomac? Because it's the same exact thing happened. There's no doubt about it that Joey Savacci let him by.
Yeah, I like Savacci's move better. Don't try and play it off like, oh, I fell or whatever. Just let him go.
Definitely.
He puts his arm out there. Everyone sees it. He lets him go. It's amazing. I wonder if they had a conversation before, like, hey, if you're in first and I'm in second, like, let me go. I'll give you $100K or something.
And that's
something
exactly
insane.
what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way, they have to talk about it, because I'm sure Tomac is a very smart rider, and I'm sure he saw Savacci nailing this whole shots all night. So he just kind of figured, hey, like you said, if you're up front, man, I'm gonna give you $100,000 if just let me go by, and if I get that $1 million. So I'm
Either
sure.
way, such a great teammate to have. Like, I think so much more of Savacci now. Like, he's like one of my favorite riders now that he did that. Like, it's so badass. Like, he could have won the race, but he's like, nah, I'm going to give my boy, who I just got signed to be on his team, I'm going to give him $1 million.
And that's what I'm saying. This is Joey Savacci working his maybe $100,000, maybe another year with the team, definitely helping out his relationship with Eli into the Supercross season. And they're partying tonight with Jesse, bro.
Yeah, I love Jesse. Jesse, they're like, what do you think? And he's like, I'm going to this bar. He's like, drinks on me. Everyone's invited.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, those monster girls behind him, they're definitely going to have some fun too.
Oh, yeah. You know it. They were, I think they were more happy than he was.
Maybe. Yeah. They're like, yay. So, congratulations to Eli Tomac. He adds his name to the list of champs of this event. There's only been 3. He's number 3. He made 3 points. He's, I don't know.
Just amazing. It was just an awesome event. I'm so happy that it turned out like that way.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot complain. Yeah, so Ryan Villapoto, champ in the first year that this happened. Marvin Muskin last year, and Eli Tomac, your brand new Monster Energy Cup champ, just added to the list. And congratulations to him and to Jesse for becoming a millionaire tonight.
And let's go over the rest of these results, because Savacci got second in that race. Reed ended up getting third place in that third moto, which is awesome.
Yes.
Jason Anderson got fourth. Vince Freeze got fifth. Malcolm Stewart sixth. Justin Barsha seventh. Josh Grant eighth. Cooper Webb ninth. Not the greatest showing for Cooper Webb. Obviously, he had some problems.
Definitely not,
getting into it with Bowers. But we'll have to see if he can turn things around a little bit more for this next season, for this Supercross season. But, yeah, like we said, the overall results, Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson second, Savacci third, Justin Barsha fourth, Malcolm Stewart fifth, Josh Grant sixth, Vince Freeze seventh, Chad Reed eighth, Jordan Smith ninth, Blake Baggett 10th. So Blake Baggett didn't get fourth. We thought he was going to get fourth, but he got 10th.
Yeah,
Ryan Villapoto getting 13th. Not the greatest. Mooski and he did not finish that third race, so he was able to get 11th overall, going 2, 9, and 21. So not a great return for the defending champ with that number 1 plate, which looks sick.
There's probably a little bit of pressure on him, but Villapoto not able to break that top 10. Cooper Webb, he's got a lot to work on. I feel like this is a great team. This is definitely a great fit for him. And I'm looking forward for this 2019 Supercross season. It's going to be awesome. All these guys are moving up. Don't forget, we still have to add Ken Roxon over here. We still got to add Josh Hill over here.
Oh, yeah.
We still got to add
Plessinger.
Aaron Plessinger over here.
Zach Osborne.
It's
going to be stacked. It's going to be so awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to qualify for sure, straight to the main. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah, that is right. Well, this has been a little bit longer than we usually like to go, but is there anything else we should add to this one for the Monster Energy Cup recap?
No, I want to thank everyone for listening. Like you said, it's a little bit longer, but we have to do it because it's a great event. Monster Energy Cup, you guys did it. You guys killed it this year. Make sure you guys check us out at MXSX Podcast. Peace.